What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about Beastmaster carry and why you guys should be picking this hero a lot more often. Now, given this is not one of your typical carry heroes that pretty much anyone can pick up and start winning MMR with, you have to be a Beastmaster player. You have to understand how to play this hero and what his key timings are to make this hero successful. I've seen a lot of players just trying to pick up Beastmaster carry and failing miserably. This is just a hero that requires a lot of playtime and understanding on how to play, otherwise you will have a pretty terrible game and pretty much be feeding off cooldown. So in this video I'm going to be breaking down some tips on how you guys can be a more successful Beastmaster, not only in the offlane but also as a carry or even in the mid lane. The hero is extremely versatile right now and can be played in any of the three core positions and do very well at. First of all, let's break down the facet. So the facet I do recommend for you guys to pick is Beast Mode, which basically gives you attack speed and damage amp. That is very important because you're going to be doing more damage with your Drums of Slom, but also that extra attack speed is going to keep your drum charges high. So it's pretty much the best facet, and if you're not playing summons, it is the best facet. If you're playing summons, then you have to pick the other facet. But generally, I think this patch summons is not that great. I think there's a lot of counters to Helm of the Overlord, and I don't think it's really worth the high amount of gold unless they really have no way to deal with any of the ancient creeps, then maybe, but other than that I don't really recommend it a lot. The Drums of Slom is pretty much the best way to go on the Beastmaster right now. So your typical build is going to be sitting at Treads, Mad Scepter, then Blink, and then you can either go for a BKB, you can go Sonya Yasha, or Kaya Sanj. It really depends on what you're trying to get out of the item. If you want more damage with your Drums of Slom, then you're going to be picking up that Kaya Sanj, but if you want more survivability and status resistance and just overall more raw tankiness, then you're going to want that Sanj and Yasha. And then eventually finishing up the build with items like Harpoon or Refresher or Assault Cuirass. This is going to be your typical carry build. You want to be doing as much damage as possible, and staying alive in the fight with high drum charges is going to make you do an insane amount of damage. Stay alive, you're going to be healing yourself for a lot of damage. So make sure you guys are not feeding away your summons. Your summons is actually what's going to keep you alive while you're getting chain stunned in a team fight and you might not have a BKB. Those summons are actually going to keep triggering the Drums of Slom. They're going to keep your charges high, especially if you have two boars and a hawk going. You're going to be staying alive thanks to that. So a lot of people just tend to give away a lot of gold throughout the game, giving away the summons and just feeding them. Guys, the summons is why you play Beastmaster. He is such a strong hero and you need to have these summons around you at all times. They are going to keep you alive. Their damage is not significant once the enemy heroes actually have any type of farm, but they can easily help you push towers very easily. But the most important aspect that they're doing is they're slowing and they are proccing the Drums of Slom, because you are not always going to be able to be getting a lot of right clicks. They will, so your drums are going to be proccing. That is very important. If your drums aren't proccing, they're not doing anything, and anything to help your ability to right click is going to be a lot better. Hence why items like Harpoon are very important to have if need be. Also, if you're having some catch issues and you really don't want to go for a blink, there might be heroes like Venomancer that can make your life a living hell and just really stop your ability to use blink. Then you can definitely pick up items like Harpoon, and those are going to help you get a much easier engage with your roar. But one thing I do want you guys to understand is the key timings on Beastmaster. Typically, if I have a really good lane on Beastmaster, I'm actually going to skip Treads and rush Drums of Slom completely. I'm going to be rushing that Mad Scepter first item, and I should be getting that pretty much pre 10 minutes on a pretty good lane. Sometimes even sub 8 minutes I'm able to pick up this Mad Scepter very quickly, and then you can easily go back for the Treads and then start getting that blink dagger. So you can pretty much technically be online under 20 minutes on your most games, and on some bad games it might take you a little bit longer, but that is fine. The faster you get your Drums of Slom and a blink dagger, the faster you can easily engage in the fight. You don't necessarily need the blink, it just makes your life a lot easier to engage. But if there's heroes on your team that can easily set up the play and you don't need the blink as fast, then you can become more active on the map much faster and start pushing tempo and push towers with your team. I'm also going to recommend some support pairings for you guys to be more successful with the Beastmaster. Heroes like Witch Doctor, Tusk, Dazzle, and Grimstroke can make your life much easier, and heroes like Lich as well, because they are going to keep you alive throughout the fight. That's going to mean more damage with the Drums of Slom and overall more utility for you as well. Heroes like Witch Doctor have a lot of damage and can easily secure the lane for you. Heroes like Tusk can help you become much more aggressive and also save you from bad situations thanks to Snowball, and also help you deal more damage thanks to their tag team. Also, heroes like Dazzle can give you that last extra bit of HP that you might need to get off a roar or to get off a few procs of your Drums of Slom to heal up enough. Heroes on your team that like to build auras are a really good addition with the Beastmaster, because Beastmaster playing carry doesn't build auras. It feels really nice when when someone else on your team has auras. So items like Crimson Guard, items like Solar Crest, or items like Vlad's are very, very key. You can keep a Beastmaster alive for such a long time thanks to Vlad's. These auras feel really, really good and crucial and can easily make your Beastmaster really snowball out of control and win the game a lot faster than usual. So Beastmaster does benefit from all these items, and I do recommend if you are support or offlane playing with a Beastmaster carry, I do recommend you guys to build these items. You are going to make his life much easier and he's going to be able to carry the game a lot faster. But now let's break down some of the best matchups and the worst matchups. Some of the best matchups are heroes like Spectre, Anti-Mage, Lone Druid, Legion Commander, Broodmother, Phantom Lancer. All these heroes you are good up against because heroes like Spectre really don't want to go up against you. You easily smoke that hero because you're not doing physical damage, you're doing a lot of heavy magic damage. That's something Spectre doesn't really like to go up against. Not only that, Spectre doesn't typically like to build items like BKB. It's not really a big part of his kit, so it's really annoying for a Spectre to actually go for a BKB just to counter your Drums of Slom, and you're not going to be getting away from Roar a whole lot of times. Same thing with heroes like Anti-Mage and Broodmother. Broodmother's summons get absolutely destroyed by the Drums of Slom, so does Phantom Lancer, and heroes like Anti-Mage and Lone Druid just get obliterated because Anti-Mage being locked down by a hard stun like Roar is a really big deal, especially because you can just jump on top of him, take him out very quickly, and he at no point can easily go up against you. So it's a very free matchup for the Beastmaster. One thing I'm going to be telling you guys is Beastmaster is not the king of late game. Beastmaster is not the type of hero that you want to go super ultra late game. It's not that kind of hero. It's not that kind of carry. Typically, you want to be ending the game pretty much prior to 40 minutes. I'd say is a really good sweet spot for the Beastmaster. I think once you guys start hitting 45-minute, 50-minute territory, it is very difficult to win games, especially against hard carries. Even a Phantom Lancer that you might be strong up against, after 55 minutes or 50 minutes or 45 minutes, after him being 6 slotted, he can potentially just wipe you out. Just because the hero just doesn't have a ton of longevity, you need to make sure that your team can actually play with you early on and push tempo, because if your team is going for a super late timing, that's going to hinder you a lot on the Beastmaster, and you're just really going to fall behind and not get a whole lot of stuff done, and that is not the purpose of why you're playing this hero. You're playing a very fast-paced hero in the Beastmaster, and you want to be ending games a lot faster. Let's talk about some of the bad matchups. So some of the bad matchups are heroes like Medusa, Chen, Sand King, Clinks, Lycan, Venomancer. These matchups are quite tough, and you really don't want to go up against these heroes. Also, heroes like Enchantress can just take over your boars, and that makes your life a living hell. So you don't want to go up against Enchantress, but she's not really popular right now in the meta, so you shouldn't worry about that too much. But heroes like Medusa are pretty popular, so you don't want to see that pick whatsoever, because while you're playing carry Beastmaster and you do a lot of magic damage, that doesn't really matter to Medusa. Her shield is really not going to proc that much. You're not going to be burning through her shield fast enough. You also just don't have enough attack speed to be a diffusal buyer. You'd have to completely go into a right click build to be able to deal with her, and that's going to take a while. So if you end up going for Treads Diffusal, AC, Drums of Slom, it's going to take a while for that timing to kick in. I guess you could still go for it if need be, but it's just not a matchup that feels great, especially once she gets Scotty. It feels really brutal to go up against Medusa because your ability to actually heal and sustain through the fights is going to be pretty much gone. That's why heroes like AA are also really good up against the Beastmaster. Just screwing your ability to heal is a really big issue. And heroes like Clinks and Lycan just have a lot of raw damage. However, if you do get the jump on a hero like Clinks, you can easily blow him up, but if he gets the jump on you, you will most likely be dying to that hero. There is just so much damage coming out of that hero, and you typically don't like to build too much armor other than Shiva's, I guess, or maybe AC. Those are pretty much your items on the Beastmaster, but being universal, you really want to go for items that can benefit you in that way. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about carry Beastmaster. Do you think this should only be played in pro level pubs, or do you guys think that the hero is really strong? I think the hero has been having a lot of success, especially being played properly by Beastmaster players. I think a lot of players might be scared to see this hero in the carry position on most of their pubs, just because they might be scarred because they've seen a few players just throwing on the hero and not really knowing what they're doing. Honestly guys, every player doesn't play the hero the same way, and if you're a specialist at a hero, you can make the hero work in any situation or really have a much better time than other players who are not experienced with the hero. So I do recommend getting your game time on Beastmaster before picking him as a carry. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, consider subscribing and joining the Dota Chronicles community. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.